beloveds. Good to be with you. Let's just jump into it. Let's talk about four things, four tips that can help you in your virtual interviews. All right, so let's get right into it. Number one, prepare for the questions, these two questions. Why do you want to work here? Why do you want to work here? And why do you think you're a good fit? Prepare for those. Those are very common questions that are often asked in interview, whether, in any interview, whether it's virtual or not. But my point about bringing them up is that you may not get asked these questions, but prepare anyway, because just knowing why you want to work there and knowing why you're the best fit, this can help you with your confidence when it comes to interviewing. And number two, reason to prepare for this question, even if it's not asked, is because you can find a way to weave in the answer that you've worked on for these two questions into other parts of your interview, such as near the end of the interview when they say, is there anything else you'd like to add or whatever? That can be a good time to talk about why you're the best fit, why you want to work here. Just, talk a little bit about that if they don't ask you. Sometimes I have seen lately some interviewers are not asking this question, these two questions. And one of the reasons is they may be having a behavioral interview kind of type style where they want to just focus on the duties of the job and they don't really care about those other things, or for a variety of reasons. But still prepare for those two questions. Why do you want to work here? And why do you think you'll be the best fit for the job? Number two, if you are, so number two has like a part A and a part B. Part A, if you are feminine presenting, let's say, and you're wearing necklaces, go for the kind of circular necklaces. These are more professional. They're not so distracting. I would encourage you to avoid the V-necks. The lower the necklace, like if it goes down here, it can be distracting. It can, it can put off certain people. A little hostility can happen that's unconscious. The interviewer or interviewers may not even realize it, but don't be too sexual with, the V-neck can be distracting. It can be a bit more sexual, even unconsciously, than what you want to put off. So stick with the circles, higher neck. Okay, that's professional. All right. Now, part B is if, let's say, you're masculine presenting or you want to wear ties. Ties or interviews are all good. However, avoid bow ties, okay? Avoid bow ties. Bow ties can come off as too unconventional, too distracting, a little weird and different. And, I don't have a problem with bow ties. I'm just saying for your interview, online or even in person, really, you want to avoid them, okay? You don't want anything that's going to distract, anything that's going to be like, that's a little different and not the best way or even a neutral way. You don't want any of that happening because when your interviewers see you, their body has certain reactions, there's first impressions, and you want all those feelings to be positive and good. You don't want them to be neutral. You don't want them to be negative. And a bow tie can do that. So can that V-neck necklace all down here, you're an interview, not the club, okay? V-neck is wonderful. Just we're talking about interviewing here. I have no judgment on that, just interviewing. So I would keep that in mind, okay? The number four thing when interviewing virtually is avoid virtual backgrounds. You see my background right now? This is real, okay? Now, many times I use a virtual background when I'm doing Zoom meetings because I'm in a place that may not be my office and I want to look like I'm in my office kind of, or maybe my background isn't that cleaned up. But the thing is, avoid virtual backgrounds because remember I talked about you don't want things to be wonky and weird and distracting. Virtual backgrounds can do that. You'll be talking so confidently and everything, and then like half of your head disappears because it kind of blended into the virtual background and your hand disappears. That's wonky. That's weird. Remember, you want the feelings the interviewers get because many times it's panel. It's more than one, many interviews. But the interviewer or interviewers, you want it to be, positive feelings or better. You don't want neutral or negative. And that wonkiness, it just distracts people. It's just not what you want. So avoid virtual backgrounds, keep a real background, but clean it up. And then turn on your camera and look at the background before your interview to see, does this look cleaned up? Is everything in place? Look at it. So don't just clean it up and start your interview, but clean it up and then turn on your camera so you can see what they see before you start the interview. Okay. Avoid virtual backgrounds if you can. All right. So those are my 4 tips for virtual interviews that you may not have really thought about. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please share, like, comment. Is there a virtual interview tip that I didn't say that has helped you that you'd like to share with others? Comment below. Okay, so subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate that. And if you want to work with me, go to my Innovative Spirit Career Wellness store, and you will see the link to that in the description. Take care and see you next time, beloveds. Bye-bye.